All right. We should be live. Should be live. How you guys doing today, man? Hope you guys are having a blessed and prosperous day. Give me a minute, and I'm going to be I'm going to check out, make sure that um we're live, man. I always have to check my broadcast to make sure that everything is streaming. Okay. All right. So looks like we're live and about. Okay, guys. So what's up? What's up? This your man Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. Guys, welcome to this episode of the Daily Show. All right. I still don't have a format for the show. That's something I think that I'll be developing out as we go. Right now, I just want to kind of keep it fluid and free. I want to be able to just jump on here and just share with you guys what I'm looking to share with you that day, communicate with you that day. And so I don't want to put things in a box just yet. Later on, once I get done with creating and rolling out the first products from the Modern Frontier brand, then we're going to start cooking on some other things on getting this together. But right now, if you want to kind of have an idea of what everything is looking like, that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys today. It's crazy how things evolve. It's crazy how ideals evolve. You know how you develop out ideas. I started this off as a need and a want for me to try to get things more prepared for my family. If there were disruptions, a lot of people already had this kind of stuff in place, but we didn't. Let's say for instance, if there was a big snowstorm or God forbids an earthquake or something like that, or something that went on with the power grid, and the grid was going to be down for a few days or an extended time, or even something more extreme, such as financial collapse, war, world war, anything like that. But I was looking at our situation. I was saying, okay, we don't really have things plant. You know what I'm saying? We had things here that we had, but we didn't have things plant. And so this is something I have been looking at for years, off and on, and it always seems like I would do a knee jerk reaction whenever I went too far down a rabbit hole when I was looking at the state of the world. If you guys don't realize it, ever since I was young, man, 18, the world has been ending. Okay, wars have been happening, all kind of threats that we thought even back then, 30 something years ago, that we had to prepare because something big was going to happen, right? And don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying that something big won't happen, but what I'm telling you is the reality is, even as an 18-year-old, I remember knee deep into reading that we were facing all these global threats and national threats, and 99.9% of them never manifested, never materialized. But this is the thing that I was telling my wife. I say, but now the thing now is the thing now is we live in a world where a lot of this stuff really can happen, right? It really can. So, I tell her it's like insurance. You want to prepare, and you want to prepare for the worst, hope for the best. You don't want to get fixated on looking at a lot of negativity or the worst case scenario. But you do, as an individual, want to go ahead and mentally deal with that right now. So if something hits the fan that's like this, you're not stuck. You're not freaking out. But the other thing was, it's kind of like insurance. You get it, but you hope you never have to use it. If you never have to use it, you're okay because you never wanted to use it, even though you have to invest. All right, in it every month or whatever you're doing, but you hope you never use it. So that's kind of where we're at with preparedness. But then one of the things that I was looking to do is I was looking at, the brand was SHTF Ops at first. And I said, okay, this is going to be too extreme for me to be able to do some of the things I wanted to do. And so I really started thinking about, even before I launched, to do a pivot on the brand, to pull STHF Ops from being the front brand and have it over for more advanced training for those who wanted to do more advanced things, and instead bring forth a brand that I could do a lot more with, that was more palatable to people out there. And that's where we came up with the Modern Frontier. The Modern Frontier is really cool. I'm in love with this brand, guys, because with this brand, we're going to be able to do a lot of things as a company. But the modern, when you think about Frontier, Frontier has always been that thing out there, that thing, that land, that world, that adventure out there. And right now, when I look across the country and across the globe, I see the equivalent of a frontier. And when you really, really think about it, the majority of individuals live their lives in compartments, compartmentalized. Your specific neighborhood, your specific street, your specific group of friends, your specific group of social, your job, your specific area, and then you go on a vacation to here and there, a couple times a year. All right, but the average person never moves out of that compartment, that specific. And I have always been intrigued about the adventure and the opportunity out there if you're willing to remove the boundaries on your mind and start looking at the world as this big adventure. And here over the last 20 something years, man, I've been watching people just do some really, really cool things when it comes to how they live their lives and living their lives outside of this programming and these limitations a lot of time that we adopt and put on ourselves or society put on us. And you could talk about everything from the person that says, okay, look, you know, I appreciate a 9 to 5 job. I appreciate being able to take care of my family, provide for my family. But with that stated, I want to be free. I don't want to have somebody else telling me what to do. I want to be able to get up and do what I want to do. I don't want to have to answer anybody when it comes to me being creative. I don't want to have a ceiling on my income, and I don't want to have a ceiling on my interests and how I go out there and use my creativity. I want to be able to go out there and build and create. And so what you'll see happen is either a person will go out and they will launch a side hustle, and they would say, okay, well, this is going to be my adventure on my spare time. I'm going to keep my job, but I'm going to launch this side hustle. And that's going to allow me to be able to go out here and express myself in ways that I can't express myself at the job. But then I can also learn how to create money inside of my own enterprise, participate in this thing we call capitalism, learn how to create my own economy. And some people do that and they're able to build enough money and enough income streams on the side of their job that they're able to pay down debt, be able to fund vacations, and now they're going on different adventures and things like that. And some of them use it as a safety net. So if something ever goes south with the 9 to 5, they're not caught with their pants down, right? Because they already got something over here that they've been perfecting this process of entrepreneurship on in a safe way, and now they can scale that thing on up some to have it do what they want it to do, if it's nothing else but to be a bridge while they look for a new job. Some people will take entrepreneurship and they'll say, okay, well, I want to recreate myself when it comes to as far as a career. All right. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Hold on 1 minute. Give me a minute here. Right, all right. We should be locked and loaded again. But anyway, yeah. So some people say, okay, well, look, I want to use this business. I want to use what I learned about entrepreneurship, and I want to go out here and create a product or service of value that I could take to the marketplace, and I could build me some freedom. And so they'll go out and they'll do what they're doing. And you have some people that say, okay, well, look, I want to travel, man. I'm not just happy with doing the typical vacation. I want to sit down with my family. I want to plan out these adventures. So every year when we get these 2 weeks of vacation, instead of us going to the local beach or going to do some local things, we're going to make an adventure out of this. So they sit down and they use the information, the opportunity, the technology today to create these excursions and these adventures, whether they're domestic or international. All right. Then you have other people that say, okay, well, look, I want to be able to get away on the weekend. We work the job during the week, and on the weekend, we want to be able to get away. So we need to go buy us some land and maybe do some really cool things with that. And people will they'll get either get like a weekend house or weekend home, some land where they can go do some hunting, some camping, things like that. Have a cabin. Some people do this even for summer times. They'll have a summer place that they go to. Okay, during the year we live here. In the summertime we go and we create these memories and these adventures living on our property here. All right. Some people say, well, look, we're going to do this way, but then the summertime we're going to travel, and they'll go travel. They got the money, they got the resources, and they go travel. So they might move throughout the country, camping or VN, or they might say, okay, well, look, we want to do this whole adventure thing, and they'll go traveling. You got some people that say, okay, well, look, I don't never want to sit still. I want to always be in motion. I want to always be fluid. So they live this nomadic life. And you'll see this a lot now. Like here in the States, you'll see it with the whole van life thing, car life thing, RV life. More and more people are choosing to live out of their vehicles. They're choosing to say, okay, well, look, I'm not going to pay any rent. I'm not going to do a mortgage. I'm going to take that money and go spend me some money on getting me a nice vehicle and getting it equipped so I'll be able to have what I need to be able to survive and thrive out there. And then I'm gonna live this mobile lifestyle. It's gonna be cheaper. It's gonna be more adventurous. I'm gonna be able to create more experiences, and I can move around the country. And you see a lot of people doing this, and I think this is the coolest thing out there with what people are doing. And then you see people do this on the whole international scale. They say, okay, well, look, I want to be this digital nomad. I figured out a way to be able to create enough income and savings while I was working. And so now, you do like you see people doing with the fire movement. They retire early, and they got passive income and investments put up that allow them to be able to move around. So they go travel the world before they get too old. Some people work remotely, so they create digital businesses or they create skill sets that allow them to be able to work remotely for jobs. And then they go do the same thing. They travel the world and do their work. And the whole thing is, guys, the whole thing is that the reality of it is that we all have the ability of choosing our interests and our adventures. And I think it's such a waste of life. And I'm guilty of this, guys, because I'm looking at myself at the age of 54 now. And I'm like, man, I did it all wrong. And you know how when you was younger, you say you never want to live your life in a way to where you have regrets and stuff. But I sit here now and I say, I took such a long time to realize the things that I realized. And you know how you get these little diversions. But and I said, man, if I could do it all over again, I would have did it totally different. But this is the thing, and I want to talk to you Generation Xers out there. This is the thing though. And one of the things I'm looking at is that it's never too late to get started. And you can fit a lot of life into a year, 2 years. You can fit a lot of life into 10 years. You can fit a lot of life into 15 or 20 years. You can fit a lifetime of life into a small window of time if you're very intentional. So things that you didn't get to do or things that you didn't do, you could do now. And that's one of the things I see with folks that are choosing to live these alternative lifestyles. Like a person might have had like a big house in the suburbs, and they say, "Okay, look, we want to get away with this. We want to get away from this. We want to go out, get us some land out in the country. We want to create a little homestead. We want to get off grid. We want to have a tiny house. We want to have this farm animals and stuff, and we want to be very self-sustained and live this different lifestyle." And guys, regardless of how old or how young you are, you can change. You can go live these adventures. And that's kind of what I want to do here with Modern Frontier. And I told you guys all that to encompass this, that I want to create a, now I'm not trying to be big, okay? But I want to create this business and this brand where I can create content and I can just communicate to you guys what people are doing and what you can do and things like that. And then also share my experiences of my adventures and things that I'm doing. And then last but not least, but give you guys the knowledge. Go out there. One of the things with me is, I run a small publishing company. And at you know, at scale, I'm going to have a lot of different trainings and books and resources and guides that cross several categories, such as entrepreneurship, the stuff that we're talking about now, preparedness, self-reliance, and just this whole adventure type of lifestyle. And so what I'm looking to do is to do two things with individuals. One is expose you to things that you don't know is out here or don't know that people are doing out here, ideals, concepts, things like that, kind of like you see with traditional media, all right, where we're reviewing things, we're talking about things, we're just sharing things with you guys to give you exposure. But then the other thing is we want to put together the how-to, all right. And right now, I'm focusing on several categories. One is preparedness and self-reliance. So we put together a really cool resource called Core 90 that when you actually engage with what we put together, you can take in 90 days and you can go from beginner to prepared to a very reasonable level. So if you don't have things put in place for your family, if something was to disrupt, such as snowstorm, earthquake, war, financial collapse, things like that, we are not experts, but we know how to go research what the experts say to do, and we know how to validate it. I got AI systems that we put in place to be able to do this very good and very fast, and then we know how to compile the data and then create a blueprint. And that's what we did with Core 90. So we show you how to get your bug out bags, your home bags. We show you how to get your things set up in your home to where if something was to go wrong, such as winter storm, run on the grocery stores, financial, say like a bank holiday where you can't get a hold to your money, or something happened in the system where we have somewhat of a financial collapse or a power grid goes down, anything like that. We show you how in 90 days to start getting that put together. All right. So we take care of that for you. Also, in those 90 days, we have a fitness program that we did under Core 90 that we went and we looked at what the Navy SEALs were doing for body weight training. And we said, okay, look, for us to be able to go out here and live these adventures in our lives, we got to be here. We got to be healthy. And so we created this fitness regimen that you can go through in 90 days. It incorporates daily body weight exercises. 3 days out the week, you can supplement that with a full body weight train, lifting weights and things like that. And then we also include endurance. So we're talking about walks, hikes, things like that with weights, and not weights like weights, but like we show you how to put like your ruck, your backpack on your back, and to increase the load and the resistance on there when you're doing your hiking. So you get out there and enjoy nature, but then you're also building up that endurance. So we show you how to do all that, and just some really cool things, man. 90 days you'll be set up. All right, but then we also one of the things I'm really focusing on is financial reliance, financial preparedness. So the best way to do this is you got to think about like get out of debt, to be able to have more money coming in that you have going out. All right, to not be dependent on your job. So learn how to create income streams and enterprises outside of your job. Learn how to leverage technology, learn how to leverage things such as the internet, AI, and things like that. And it's the kind of stuff we're going to be teaching you guys. Things that I just been blessed enough to either learn or be exposed to through my journeys. And I'm going to be showing you guys kind of like what I'm doing. Like right now, I'm running this digital publishing company, but it's not just a digital publishing company because the way that I'm doing it, I turn it into a physical publishing company too, because I'm creating a lot of my products in digital format, but my customers can print them out and turn them into physical. All right. And yeah, so we got some cool things that we're doing. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do all that. But then we're gonna also get into some alternative things. I'm gonna show you guys how people are out here doing things such as van life and car life, and how people are living a nomadic life. How people are able to take what they're struggling off of here in the States, and if they think outside the box, we're going to be able to show them how other people are taking something as little as 2,500 to 3,000 a month, and they're doing what we call geo arbitrage. So they're going and living in an area, and a lot of times a way more interesting, adventurous, beautiful area, such as like Vietnam, right now, Thailand, even the Philippines, even Africa, man. I'm seeing a strong movement in Africa where people are going over to certain places in Africa, and they're like, man, I never knew Africa looked like this and offered all this. And they're doing it for super cheap. So, and the cool thing is, you don't even have to become a citizen of that country. You can, and I'm gonna kind of give you guys kind of like a breakdown of how you can do this. You can learn how to build income. All right, that's not dependent on you trading time, and it's not location dependent. So one of the things we're going to be stressing is just showing our actual customers different ideas of how they can build digital businesses, right? And you can build this business that's portable and location independent, a business that you get paid in US dollars. But here's where the whole arbitrage come in. So let's say, for instance, you got this big old house, or you got a traditional suburban house. You say, okay, we want to get rid of that so we can be able to go do some things. And so instead, you sell the house, you take the money, you go buy some land. All right. And then you build you a smaller structure on there. Okay, let me just give you some ideas. Like, one of the things I'm looking to do is invest some land and take, how people are taking these containers and they're building like these off-grid homes with it. You can buy the land for like 20,000. You can buy the container for like 10. Do what you need to do with getting the container set up, insulated, looking good. And even set up all your rainwater systems, your solar, your generators for like another 30,000. So where you're living in a house that might have cost you 300, 350,000, you could take 50 grand, 60,000, 70,000, and be set up. And if you even want to take it more, you could do it for almost like 80 to 90,000, and you can build your container home, buy your land, get your all your off grid stuff set up, your solar, your rainwater, everything that you need. All right, you could buy you a pull along trailer. If you have a truck, or you could get a truck, and you set up. So now you can live at your property and on your land when you're home. You can hook that pull along to that truck, and you can go out and you can do the whole nomadic thing across the country when you want to. But then you can also take some of your money and you can leave the country temporarily throughout the year. So you might say, okay, well, 6 months we want to live in the States, and 6 months we're going to fly over. And you fly over to somewhere like Thailand or Vietnam, you rent you a place, you're making this money virtually, right? You're making this money virtually. So now you're going to spend 6 months out the year moving around over there and just enjoying and experiencing the culture and all the nature and stuff. And one of the cool things that I'm seeing about overseas is you can move to different countries very fast because everything is close by, kind of like we are in our states here in the United States. And so you live this hybrid, out the box life that allows for you to have adventure. And now you get to express yourself because you could do like what I'm doing now. I have this show. You could set up an official podcast, all right, that you're sharing your adventures and this lifestyle with your audience. You can get sponsors. You could do a lot of things. You could do a lot of product um, promotions and things like that. You can come out with your own trainings, your courses, teaching people how to do what you do. Or you follow what I'm saying? So you could live this unconventional, very adventurous lifestyle just by plugging in. And that's the kind of stuff that we're going to be talking about here with Modern Frontier: how to take technology, how to take opportunity, how to take strategies and and things such as AI, and just learning skill stacking to create this lifestyle, man, that keeps you moving. And me personally, I'm very excited, guys, because it's like I sat down and I said, okay, what all do I want to do in my life at 54? What all, how do I want to give back? How do I want to leave legacy? What do I want to do to keep me and my wife moving forward on things, adventure, time with the kids? How do I want to contribute to planet Earth? What do I want to experience on planet Earth? And so I'm sitting down and I'm thinking about all these different things that I want to do and how I want to move around and do things. And I'm just building it into this company, Modern Frontier. So in a sense, I'm positioning myself to get paid and earn a living around very creative outlets that I'm putting together. And that's what you're going to see here at Marketplace Survivors, guys. So we're all about adventure, man. We're all about preparedness. We're going to be all about self-reliance, and we're going to be all about adventure, getting out there and just looking at your life and saying, okay, look, I don't have to settle for a stressful life. I don't have to settle for a rush life. I can literally get out here and be intentional. And in 1 year, I could plan out my life and build my life in a way to where I can enjoy my kids, I can enjoy my spouse, I could have creative outlets. I can make as much money as I need to make. And then we can go out here, we could travel and experience things. If you like to eat, all right, you could travel around your city, man, and eat at different restaurants and share that. If you like to eat and cook, you can go out and cook. You can go out and go hiking, go camping, set up, cook for your family, make an experience out there, an adventure, create a cool dish that you do like that. And then you might say, okay, well, next week, we want to create this road trip. We're going to drive 2 hours away, go visit this restaurant, go do some hiking, go eat this good food. I'm going to do a review on this, and you do that. All right. Then a couple months down the road, you can say, okay, guys, we're ready to go on vacation. So now we're going to fly out and go do this and do that. Are you guys follow what I'm saying? You can actually build out your own adventure. And that's what we're going to be about here at Modern Frontier is adventure. All right? Adventure, adventure, adventure. Okay, I'm going to have you guys. Hold on one more time. Hold on. All right, all right. So you guys should be hearing me good. So one of the things I'm gonna be doing is, and then we're gonna get off. I'm gonna show you some of this other stuff. Now you guys know if you've been following me any time, any length of time, you know that I'm part of the TikTok Shop affiliate program, right? So I do reviews on different gears and things like that. So that's something that you fit to see come back with Modern Frontier because I'm gonna be just showing you guys how to get out here and how to make life this frontier and this adventure, how to use technology apps and just out the box thinking to start doing things, whether it's content creation, whether it's getting out there and doing something adventurous or being prepared or self-reliant. We're gonna be showing gear. Like here's a gamble that I've yet to even fully learn how to use. All right, but when I do use it, it works pretty good. So like I'm gonna be reviewing gear. All right, gear that you can go out there and buy and use. But then I'm also going to be showing you guys how to use it, how we're using it, and stuff like that. And so we're going to talk about that. This hooks to a tripod. It's really cool because you can set your phone up on here on a tripod, and like I put it out in the garage when I was testing it before doing the review, and it will follow you. So you could do your content and have this thing follow you. So I'm gonna be showing you guys a lot of stuff like this. All right, here's like a sun visor holder that I bought off of TikTok, and you connect it to your sun visor and it holds your phone. All right, that's good when you're moving around, like in your truck or whatever like that. But then also if you want to shoot content. All right, so we'll be talking about things like this. So we're going to be doing a lot of reviews. And let me kind of take you guys. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys because I want to show you like right now with with our Freedom Bundle that we're going to be launching with. It's going to be $49.97, and this is what you're going to get access to when you do that. All right, you're going to get access to three different guides. One is Core 90. One is the Marketplace Survivalist Playbook, and then one is Launch the Content Creators Blueprint. And with those three, we do everything for get you prepared, start laying the foundation for self-reliance at your house, and then we start working on your financial part, right? So you can get out here and you can start learning how to take a dollar, make a dollar, right? And so what I'm really excited about is in Marketplace Survivalist Playbook, we show you how to go out here and do what I call one of the most simplest business models, and that's buying. We show you how to look around your house and be able to identify things that you don't use or want anymore, and then how to turn those items and assets into cash. You take that money, you can use it to fund your prepping, your preparedness, and you can also take that money and use it to start building out your alternative income streams. And we show you how to do this from, and we got three levels that we're going to be doing this on. One is we created this basic course. Excuse me if I belched to you. Sure, that slipped out. All right, and then one is called where we're going to be showing you how to just sell anything: tools, clothing, equipment, things like that. Then we got one that's going to teach you guys a play that I'm running right now, and that's buying and selling a couple of used cars a year. So buying them at the right price, so undervalued that when you flip them, you're getting a 20-30% profit margin off of your money, right? And you get to drive the vehicle. And so I broke that whole game down. But then I also talked to you guys about how just in both of these games, you could take your money and you could start investing in things such as like luxury watches, where you can buy a watch for like 500 or 1,000, flip it for 1,500, and there's no limit on how many you can flip it. You can start running that play. How like I'm getting into what we call silver stacking, buying silver and holding it and then flipping it later on. Same thing with gold. We show you how to do this with Bitcoin. But then also, we have a really nice course that I'm doing. It's going to be another addition to the bundle, and it's called the Deal Makers Academy. And we secured the rights to a course, a couple of courses that showed how anybody can make money being what we call a finder out here, where you go out and you locate things for people that want things. So you might have a company out here that's looking to secure a source on this, and we show you how this business model works, how finders and procurement specialists in the past have made a lot of money living and building a business, man, that they can run from anywhere, because this is a business you can do from anywhere. This procurement business and this finder business, and we have a full course, and so that's like a level up from flipping. Like the one course, the Marketplace Survivalist Playbook teaches you basic flipping. Like you can literally go out there and do what we teach you in the Marketplace Survivalist Playbook, and you can eliminate your job. All right, you can pay down debt. Some people can hit six figures off of it. All right. But then we also teach you the whole car hustle game, where you don't have to have a license. And so we show you how to work within your state's limit per year. And you can go out here and flip these cars, drive cars, and in a sense, get to a point to where you're not even paying for cars. Your hustle's paying for the car. So you're driving the cars for free. All right. Then we show you how to get like in the watch game, things like that. But then if you want to take it up a notch, we show you how to take anywhere you live at and turn that into your business landscape. You have a local restaurant down the street, and they just updated their kitchen, so they have some appliances and things that they got on eBay and on Facebook Marketplace they're trying to get rid of. You find out, you go in there, you talk with them, and you secure the rights to go out there and to market that on their behalf. And when you find a buyer for it, you take a commission. Okay, but at the same time, excuse me for sniffing, you guys. At the same time, this restaurant might tell you, but look, we need a continuous supply of this particular thing here, and this is the price we're paying. If you're able to go out and secure this for us cheaper, and you set that kind of deal up and you make a percentage off that. And that's what the whole Deal Makers Academy is. And so I'm really excited about that when we have that for you. But then in Launch the Content Creators Blueprint, man, I show you guys, I worked on these courses. It's a combination, I think, of five courses and frameworks that we created, and we kind of combined them together. And so it doesn't read like a front to back type of ebook, but it's more like a collection of frameworks. And then you can go in there and choose which one works for you. But when I say this thing is fire, guys, this is fire. And I show you guys how to go in and how to start creating content, and how to start monetizing your content, monetizing what you know. We got like a course in there called the Research Driven Creator, where I show you how to go out, and you don't have to know anything. You can just know how to research. So like if you want to talk about AI and how AI is affecting businesses, you can go out there and do the research, and then based off your research, you can create a report or a small ebook that you sell to the marketplace to people who haven't done the research and want to know the information. So we show you how to monetize things like that. But that whole ebook is around getting in the digital publishing game. So we got that for you. So all this, guys, all this that I'm talking about, it's going to end up being over 600 pages of training and courses and things like that, plus lifetime updates. All right, I'm rolling it out for $49.97. All right, so very super inexpensive for you to get access to this, and then you get signed up um, lifetime access to a private email based newsletter that I'm doing under the Modern Frontier brand, where we're going to be sharing a lot of tips, trainings. Going to be curating a lot of good content that we found online that we think you need to watch to learn different things. All that you're going to be able to access through our newsletter subscription. No, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on a minute, guys. Or I'm glad I'm almost done. My sinuses are starting to tear me up, but okay, I was getting ready to talk to you guys about one thing I had said. Oh yeah, that I was getting ready to talk to you guys about. I can't remember. If I remember back, I'll let you guys know. Okay, but that's what we got coming. $49.97 lifetime updates. You get access to 4 manuals, over 600 pages of training. You can watch it. I mean, you can read it in PDF format on your computers, your laptops, your tablets. But then also we offer you a EPUB version outside of the PDF. So you download that. That's what you call a responsive type of format. So if you're watching it on your cell phone, you don't have to worry about pinching, zooming in, anything like that. The text will be big on your cell phone for you to be able to watch because it adjusts to that. And you still have the freedom to make the text a little bit smaller, bigger if you want to. So we'll have that, and then we're going to be offering lifetime updates for. We call you guys founder members. So as we roll this out, if you decide to purchase, you're going to get lifetime updates to all the publication. As I add more bonuses and more things to this package, you're going to get access to it. And oh yeah, and that's what I was going to tell you guys. We also have a 50% affiliate program, so you can literally purchase our Freedom Bundle for $49.97. Turn around, take the affiliate link that we give you guys, immediately go to your Facebook post and tell people, okay, well, look, this is the end of me living a border life. So I'm getting ready to get out here, get my life, get prepared, get self reliant, travel some, be adventurous, and I'm going to share with you guys my adventure. That's what you're telling your audience. And you can tell them, oh, yeah, by the way, if you want to learn where I'm getting ready to learn and plug into, if you want to get access to that, check out the link below my video. The person goes there, looks at our content, our sales page, said, I want to do that just like Tammy's doing that. And they pay the $49.97, you immediately make $25. We're going to have some people that's going to go out here and be able to build very strong income streams and businesses just doing what we talk about in our actual content and our products, and then sharing it and making money off of just referring customers to the program. All right, so affiliate program, 50% commissions. All right, so give me a minute. Sinuses are super bad. All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. I want to show you. So we switched things over, guys. We went from that army green. I told myself, I said, look, we got to move from this because this looks too much outdoorsy. All right, which I want it to be, but we're going to be doing some other things, man. And so this is a color scheme that I've ran with for the longest. All right, so the red, white, black, and gray is what we're going to run with Modern Frontier. And so this is like one of the covers for one of the manuals that you get in there, which is the Marketplace Survivalist Playbook. Now, what I was going to do was I was going to scroll through and just show you guys. Now, this one's not finished because I still got to add our Bitcoin training and framework to this ebook. And I have another small one that I need to add here. And when we get done, it's going to be about 150 pages. But then we have almost like another 150 page part two to this that's breaking down the Dealmakers Academy. All right. So I just want to scroll through and kind of just show you guys. All right. So when I say we got a lot of good training, man, we break some things down to you guys because you guys got to remember, um, we created this based off of what I wanted to have. All right. what I wanted to have in place for me and for me to be able to learn and be able to use as something for me. And then we just built off that, all right, to be able to provide this for you guys, okay, which is really cool. All right, so hold on one second, guys. I'm making it, man, but I'm going to have to cut it short. Them sizes are kicking in. All right, so anyway, I'm just showing you. So this is the marketplace um, survivors. So here, this is what the cover like. The marketplace survivors playbook: learn to flip, trade, and thrive in any economy. And we break this whole flip game down to you guys. All right, here. All right, which is a really, really good. And like I say, this is business model, man, that anybody can get started. You get started with this today. You go walk through your closet, look at some things you don't want. We show you, you can just go in and put it on Facebook Marketplace and cash out on it. All right, if you have an eBay account, you put it on eBay. We talking about furniture, shoes, tools, equipment. Get rid of it. Turn into cash. That's what we talk about. That's what this business model is. It's one I ran for almost 10 years here recently. I ran an eBay store where I bought and sold vintage clothing. But then on the side, I was flip furniture. You know, I had a local Habitat for Humanity store up the road. I go buy some really good old furniture, solid wood furniture, put it on Facebook Marketplace, and I flip it. All right. And here we even break down, guys, and show you how to make money with the TikTok shop. And we got a lot of things that we got for that I created. I created almost 20 courses at the beginning of the year, and so a lot of those courses are going to be incorporated into under the Modern Frontier brand, where we're going to be teaching you guys a lot of different things. But we're here. The buy and sell game is on lock, guys. And this is not all of it. All right. Like I told you, we're getting ready to add almost another 50 pages to this one here. And then we have a whole nother one called the Deal Makers Academy, where we're showing you guys how to go out and make money and do deals with local businesses to be able to offload equipment, supplies, things like that they have, which is a higher level game. And we're going to be giving that to you guys also too as part of this launch package. So that's really cool. So yeah, so hopefully you guys are getting an idea, man, that I'm not playing with this. That I'm trying to bring you guys something of a lot of value. And yeah, so just keep your eyes out, man. I'm gonna be working on this today. Get the Dealmakers Academy laid out. I'm trying to get this thing launched, man. I spent some time with the family the other day, which I don't regret. I love it, and that's why I do what I do, and that's why I love being a full-time entrepreneur. But I'm trying to get this done. We got the sales pages done, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to shoot some videos, a few videos to go along with it. And oh yeah, and this is something, guys. Like I haven't abandoned this right here. All right, this was my original ideal here, and we haven't abandoned it. But what I'm gonna do is, and I'm glad I remember this. I want to make sure I stress this to you guys. When you purchase the bundle, the ebook bundle, you will get access to the school group once we roll this out. I just didn't want to have the school group open until I get enough customers to make a community. All right. But here's the Modern Frontier School Group, which is going to be really good. We have some of the things already put in place. Like if you look at the Core 90 Technical Fitness Program, we have everything already laid out for you guys in here. All right. So it has an app, a free app that once a person signs up for it, we send you a link. You download the school app and you can access all the content inside of an app. Really, really good. So we do have the school group, and we're gonna be running this. We're gonna be rolling this out. Yeah, but it's just something that I didn't want to do right off the bat. But we got that. So when you invest inside of the Freedom Bundle, you will get access, lifetime access to that school group for that same price, guys. And if I get enough customers right off the bat and it makes sense, I'll go ahead and open that community up immediately. So that way you guys have a place to be able to go in there and chat and talk and build with right off the back. If not, then it'll be coming online later on. But it's already built. It's already built. A lot of the content is already there. Everything is ready to roll with it. But I just felt it was better to be able to kind of redirect this some and launch with ebooks versus a community right off the bat. All right, so $49.97, you're going to get access to Core 90, which is our flagship courses. 200 pages on that. You're going to get the Survivalist Marketplace, which is it's going to be another 150 pages where we teach you the game of how to make money, to be able to fund your prepping and your adventures and things like that. We show you how to build these business models so you can become self-reliant when it comes to your finances. All right, but then we even go further than that with the Dealmakers Academy. That's going to be like another 100 pages to 150 pages for that one there. And then we got Launch, the Content Creators Blueprint, which is we teach you the digital hustle, the digital game, for you guys to go out here and learn how to leverage content, AI, and things like that to be able to build out income streams that are portable. All right, we're very big on this portable because we want you guys to be free. Want you to be free. All right, Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. I'm the founder and owner of Modern Frontier and Modern Frontier Press, aka Publishing. And I'm gonna get off here, guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. God bless.